company working across mining, engineering, industrial and agricultural sectors. Mandy, we're here to celebrate you and the incredible work that you are doing for African business, but also in your capacity as Director of Forklift Handling. Welcome to The Upside.
Thank you so much, and thank you to the listeners. What an incredible opportunity to be here today on such a beautiful day, Women's Day. I mean, I couldn't be more honored.
We are honored that you took the time. Mandy, why did you decide to get into forklift handling? The industry itself is not typically for women, but you're doing incredible things in this industry. What drew you to it?
So, to be honest, I never really, it wasn't something that I thought I would ever land up in materials handling industry. But 10 years ago, I was a single mom and was battling to make ends meet. And I met my partner, who's now the CEO of our business. And we needed to make, we had no money. We needed to feed we had 4 children we needed to feed. And we decided that that we would open up a business. Well, we needed to do something. And so my partner had experience in the materials handling industry, 30 years of experience in the materials handling industry. And it was really, really just a win-win situation. I had the customer relation, and we decided to take the leap of faith and start a business.
What impact does a female leadership have in a company like this? What kind of benefits do the girls have when they see you as a director of a particularly male-dominated industry?
I think any woman in a leadership position creates an impact. I think as a woman, it's our responsibility to show our girls that there's absolutely nothing that you can't do, and that if you want to do it, you can do it. And I think being a woman in a male-dominated industry, for me, it was never been about being in a male-dominated industry. It was about me putting my best foot forward and making sure that the facilities and making sure that what I provide to my customers are with a spirit of excellence. And so it differentiated our business from the offset, because when we started the business, we didn't necessarily want to be the biggest forklift or materials handling company in South Africa. We wanted to be the best. And in order for us to be the best, each person in our team, or when we started, we needed to ensure that what we put forward was the best and provided the solutions for our customers, which in turn grew our company.
So, Mandy, as a director of this company, you've been recognized among the Financial Times Africa's fastest growing companies for 2026. Maybe tell us about the years when you weren't being recognized. What kept you going? Because we know that you didn't arrive here, sort of on a ship, just sailing through. But maybe chat to us about some of the struggles that you may have come across and that you have had to overcome as a female leader that have empowered you to be in this directorship.
I think with all small businesses and entrepreneurs, our biggest challenge is always finance. And originally, when we started the business, we started with no money. We got a 10,000 rand bank loan, and we got a forklift. We purchased it. We got the customer to put down a deposit. We purchased the forklift, and we got a customer who was ready to buy it. And that's how we started. So we really didn't start with any money or any finance. And when we went to our initial bank, they really, because it was a woman-owned company, they didn't really take us seriously. And so it was a barrier to get finance. It was a barrier to sort of get the funds to grow the organization. And when we found a bank that actually partnered with us, it made such a significant change and difference in our growth. And that was really a platform for us to really find and partner with somebody that actually believed that, yes, it is owned by a woman, and it is a male-dominated industry, but it was really about our professionalism and our spirit of excellence that I think speaks for itself. And that was, I think, every woman in business or every aspiring girl needs to really have it as top of mind that it doesn't matter what it is that you're going to do. It's really about how you do it and your belief in yourself to do it.
Mandy, on a little bit of a personal note, I think you tugged at my heartstrings when you spoke about how, you're leading, and when you started the business with your partner, you had 4 kids to feed, and now you're in this household. And, I can't help but think about the one, expectations of women, but two, some of the unspoken giants that you deal with as a woman, especially running a family and running a business. How did you navigate that? And I don't ask this from a place of weakness, but more so, how did you handle those giants? Because I don't think we get guarded a lot, and we're kind of like the first gen of having the businesses and having a family and also being a partner at the same time.
I think as women, well, 50 years ago, women didn't work. Our moms were at home, the dads were going to work. 50 years ago, women didn't drive, and now in this, we are so blessed and so fortunate that we can be these career women, but it's hard and it's difficult to navigate. And when my partner and I first got together, he had 2 children, I had 2 children. We had to navigate a blended family. We had to navigate school. We had to navigate not having money. We even had to put our school fees on a payment plan, government school fees on a payment plan. It's all these challenges that as an entrepreneur you face. Like it was tough, and being everything to everybody, being the nurse, being the director, being the wife, being the mom at the birthday that's throwing the birthday parties. I think it's a challenge, but it makes it more meaningful, and it really was. Everything that we've done as a family has really been for the family. I think I speak for all moms and women out there that, you work to provide for your family and to look after them and to give them the life that you didn't have. And so in the times when you're just thinking, oh my goodness, I can't. It's 2:00 in the morning and you've got a sick child and you've got to go to work and you've got a meeting tomorrow morning, and you're thinking, okay, how am I going to get up? But you do, because it's just, women have got so much courage and so much guts. We just need to tap into it, that you can do absolutely anything. And I think putting barriers on ourselves because you're a mom, or because you only need to be a businesswoman, you can't now be a mom, that's absolute nonsense. I think we've got so much resilience and courage that we can do absolutely anything. And I think if each woman just really believed in themselves and tapped into that incredible strength, I think that we could change society.
Mandy, speaking of courage and resilience, you are a cancer survivor, and I'm kind of wondering how being a cancer survivor has changed your POV when it comes to, just to leading in the workplace. What has that, shaped in terms of your POV?
So to be honest, I'm not a cancer survivor as yet. I've just been newly diagnosed. We got diagnosed with a very rare form of cancer 4 months ago.
We're declaring it. We're declaring it, Mandy.
Neuroendocrine. But I'm in the middle of it, and being like exactly what I was just saying, like being a mom and being a business owner and being a director and leading people. For me, the biggest thing was to be transparent, to be clear, and to be okay with not being okay. And just like a business, surrounding myself with a team of people that support and love and look after and encourage me, and just tell me when I'm not okay, it's okay. Sure you lead a company, but if today I just can't get out of bed. And I'm going to probably have many more days in front of me like that, but I'm going to have many more days when I can come back on the show and say, I'm a cancer survivor. I'm officially a cancer survivor.
Thank you so much for joining us on The Upside, Mandy. You're doing incredible work, not only in your industry, but for the young women that will come after you. Mandy Smerdon, the director of Forklift Handling, right here on The Upside. It is a proudly South African material handling company working across various industries in the materials industry. It's 3:30. Let's check in with sport. Zyklon is on standby.
Sports on Channel Africa. The